Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Hey yo. It's your boy Amiri, Fresh Prince of Zamunda, back with another exquisite live. Streets is talking, man. Streets be talking, man. Streets be talking, man. They won't stop talking. So we just let them talk. You know? We let them talk. Can you hear me? I feel comfortable. I feel at home in that. Let me see something. There you go. Let me get you the one. Oh, excuse me. So, you saw the title, man. Man, I said World War III, you know. Ain't looking too good for the world. But the reason why I chose the thumbnail first and foremost, when I decided to call this live here David versus Goliath. It's crazy in the streets, man. So yeah, the reason why I called it David and Goliath is because during these trying times, we will display our humanistic nature and express our fears, our doubts, and our insecurities. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing that. per se. But when it comes to pressing issues, it is absolutely imperative that we give ourselves time to first register the information that has been given to us, but also to articulate ourselves and arm ourselves with the right information. Now, how you get that information is the job of people like myself and other journalists, bloggers, vloggers. We have a duty to let the people know what is going on and give them the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So, as World War III beckons, I must take a little gander on the subject before we all evaporate into oblivion. The reason why I chose David and Goliath is because David defeated Goliath. He didn't know he was gonna defeat Goliath, but he still tried. Who is Goliath and who is David in my story? Well, David is an idea and Goliath is an idea. David is information that you need to hear, and Goliath is information he wants you to hear. And as my statement becomes clear to an educated mind, we must still show our hand and extend it to people who might not be in the know as to what surrounds them. I hope I ain't losing you, because this is World War III we're talking about. Golly. Now, depending how sensitive some of you is may find violence, blood, gore, bombs, bodies, sorrow and death, reality, nature, nurture, you may excuse yourself. In the event of someone losing their goddamn mind like I did, when I first unplugged myself from insanity, it seems like to me now, being so far removed from the ideology of the people I walk past and surround myself with. There never is a war unless both sides believe that the reason why they're fighting is for a good cause. He said, what? Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are fighting for a good cause, but they may believe they are fighting for a good cause. How, as educated people, are we supposed to make a correct decision on issues that determine the future of our generation and every other generation that is to come? It's the job of us to I don't know, find the information available, as hard as it is, because we are facing Goliath. We have to first recognize where people slip up and where they may feel that they are right but are slipping up. Now, let me know if the music in the background is too much for some people, or if it's just right. Let me know. Like, tell me in the comments or something. I don't know. But the reason why I've been off live for a couple days now is because sometimes when you're in front of the camera so much, you forget to be behind it sometimes, and you get time to reorganize what's important. And I can't for the life of me think of another issue that me as a black man, or you as whoever you are in this world, has anything other to do than to keep our eyes fully focused on what is happening right now in Ukraine. Now, in this live, I don't know if they're going to strike me, but we're going to watch some graphic stuff. Buckle your seatbelts, because what's coming is not going to be nice. I promise you, like, it's not going to be nice. I genuinely believe that some people are not going to be able to take what they're going to see. And I can't help you with that one. But if you do want to stick around, I'm going to give a moment for each one of you to A, understand the artwork, and B, buckle your seatbelt. We going for a long ride. Trust me, we going for a ride. Okay, so we gotta get into this. We gotta do this. Sorry, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. Listen, I'm a different kettle of fish in this world. I don't like to speak too much, but this YouTube thing requires you to speak an awful lot, bro. You know, and bro, I try. I find it hard, bro. Literally, I find it hard. What's going on here? There we go. There we go. All right, we're gonna get into this. Lovely. All right. No, I don't even think some of these videos are on YouTube. So we're gonna have to go off the tube to watch some of these. But I want us to look at something for a second while we do this. What am I doing? Let me see. Let's get it up here. All right, so this is gonna be so annoying to deal with. Ukraine. Bro, it's so mad sometimes. Like, you know, I always wonder why some people that never like watch news and that, or never like take the time to check world events, get so worked up when headlines come out that we're supposed to ruffle your feather, and you let it ruffle your feather. I never understood that. First, you got to understand, why is someone trying to ruffle my feather? You always got to understand why. If you took 10 seconds to just analyze, why is someone trying to ruffle my feathers? You make them a muse to your direction. And the crowd's not amused. So let's go back. Let's go to these moments. Let's go to these guys. Let's go to these guys. Yep, that's it. That's the one. Yep. There we go. There we go. All right. So this is Ukraine. Ukrainians. Now, as we can see here, sorry if you can't see my camera because I just don't want to block the view of the map from you. Right. So this is Ukraine here. And please believe, this is Ukraine here. Please believe that if I was to ask, I don't know, 100 Americans, where in the fuck is Ukraine? They can't tell you on the map. You know? But you know me. If you're a Zamunda, you definitely know. It's right there. Okay. And at the moment, this territory, I would say here, from about here, or there, going along this river from this part here, if you could follow the mouse, goes here and then follows all the way to around here, then it goes up, and then goes in. And that currently is the occupied area that Russia currently resides in. I know some of you out there is like, why are you, you know, like saying the obvious stuff, and you know, it's just, this is basic stuff for me, and no. But you got to remember, some people just don't know this stuff. They don't know, and you got to sometimes just make them know, you know. So anyway, Ukraine is there, and this is currently Crimea, yeah, and they're fighting in the Donbass region. Remember that word, Donbass. The makeup of the Donbass population prior to 2014. People say, why you say 2014? Bruh. If I gotta take you to school, I'll take you to fucking school, bro. I'm just tired of taking people to school. I'm tired of taking people to school, man. But it's a job that someone's gotta do it. Someone's gotta do it. All right. So, let's go. You see it? Now, this is what I mean when I say David versus Goliath, bruh. Literally, David versus Goliath. You're seeing something, but what you're seeing is a figment of someone else's imagination, to put it kindly. So now they call it the revolution of dignity. All right? Let's go for a little read. Okay, according to Wikipedia, it says the revolution of dignity, also known as the Maidan Revolution or the Ukrainian Revolution, took place in Ukraine in February 2014 at the end of the Euromaidan protests. Yeah. When deadly clashes between protesters and state forces in the capital, Kiev, culminated in the ousting of the elected president, Viktor Yanukovych. I'm not going to try to brutalize this. Yanukovych, or whatever his name is. And a return to the 2004 constitution. It also led to the outbreak of the Russian-Ukrainian war. Bro, they say, why you... But I thought it started when Putin invaded Ukraine. He invaded Ukraine. Just wipe these dumb guys off the map straight away. They get dunked on straight away. That's a little layup for those guys. That is a nothing. That's a nothing fact. That's a Wikipedia fact that you could have looked up yourself. That's a Wikipedia fact. That's not me saying it. That's Wikipedia saying it. Wikipedia is saying it also led to the outbreak of the Russo-Ukrainian war. I'm not saying it. Wikipedia is saying it. Now, you know Wikipedia. Wikipedia ain't always, you know, the nice of friends to people that ain't nice to them guys, right? So if Wikipedia knows that that's what started this little shenanigans that we're going on, why do our mainstream media keep promoting the same bullshit? Like, Putin is a madman. and he has no purpose to what he's doing. Wikipedia says it. Wikipedia. Not me, bruv. I'm just a student, bruv. That's all it is, bro. I just read and watch, bro. You know? So they acknowledge that the revolution is what's calling. No, let me start again. Wikipedia is saying that the 2014 Revolution of Dignity, so cute of a name. Wish they always had names for these revolutions. But as it says here in Wikipedia, if you could follow along with me, yeah, it says here that they ousted him. Now, what do you mean ousted? They make that sound. What is ousted? What does ousted mean? What does ousted mean? You see what I'm trying to say? Look. I don't even make it. You don't read it yourself. Hey, you people are like, raw. Where's he trying to get? Where's he trying to get at? Bro, I'm not one of these dumb review guys, bro. When I try to talk about something, I try to go and make it a learning experience for people and myself while we take you on a journey. So we're not just gonna start in the middle at M. No. We go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. That's how we get to the middle. Otherwise, I don't want you saying, but what about this and what about that? Because I'd already done break it down for you. So we're starting baby food now. Baby dunkages now. That's all we're talking about right now. And this is even before we get into the madness. It's a madness. I promise you, it's a madness, bro. If you dare skip this live and go forward to see the madness without showing me the respect of me even getting this for you lot, bro. Like, are you mad, bro? Like my shit, subscribe to my shit. Just know what I'm doing is different. We different, baby. We different. Anyway. They say niggas ain't got no brain. Listen. Check this out. Ousted. What does ousted mean? Ousted means taken off the throne. That's what ousted means. It means you are no longer in charge, my brother. But you say, well, what does that matter? Because it was done oustedly. And read the thing. What does it say? It says here, to me, it says, look, it took place in Ukraine in February 2014, and at the end of the Euromaidan protests, bruv, it says, when deadly clashes between protesters and state forces, deadly clashes. I think I'm making this up. Deadly clashes. That kind of sounds like a coup d'etat to me. But they say why? Why is that important? Listen, in the world of politics and warfare, everything I learned is important, bruv. Yeah. It's the little things. It's the little things that give you away. The little things. So I've got a lot to unpack. Trust me on this, Daddy. Trust me. But we need to lay the groundwork first, bro. So they had a revolution in 2014, which ousted their president. Was this guy pro-Russian or was he pro-NATO? Because I don't want to delay you and feed you with anything but information, I will just put it straight to you that he was pro-Russian. But what? Putin? Fuck yeah. You could have that perspective and that point of view. And before people try to say anything about, he's supporting the Ukrainians, or they say, he's supporting the Russians, he's supporting... Bro, I am merely an outsider watching the information from this side and watching the information from that side. And then I'm saying, you know what? Sometimes this one might be right. Sometimes this one might be right. But somehow it's almost always somewhere in the middle where the information is. Take a bit of this, take a bit of that. Try and make a picture for yourself of what I'm observing. Am I being told the truth? So they would have you believe that the reason why Putin is going for the Ukraine is because the ousting of the president in 2014. But if we talk about 2014, then why would we not talk about before 2014? What do you mean? How far do you want to go back? Should we talk about the Nazification of Europe? Should we talk about the annexation of Ukraine? Should we talk about the USSR? Shall we talk about religion? You see, this thing goes so flipping deep. You don't even know, bro. You don't even know. A listener right now who has time to sit down and listen to this mad Ministry of Defense mad thing, bro. You are on a journey, my brother. Or my sister. So, I'm taking my time. I don't want to miss nothing. So, assuming you want to go just to 2014, already I see the picture of a country that is, for its benefits, trying to secure the integrity of its boundaries. A, in what it's willing to take and how far it's being pushed, and B, the actual territory that it lays claim to. Now, we're not going to waste our time and talk about the hypocrisy of England having the, what do you call by Argentina, man? The Falkland Islands. Thousands and thousands of miles away. No, we wouldn't want to be that shallow. Or how just the other day, which country laid claim to the islands off the coast of Tanzania, saying that it's theirs? All right. Or we talk about the dispute of Israel and Gaza and the Palestinians. Or we could talk about colonialism. For example, in Namibia, where the Germans, they still probably own 80% of the farmland in Namibia in 2023. You see, when you're trying to defeat or survive an octopus, it makes no sense at all trying to focus on one arm, because while one arm is being handled, the octopus still has another 7 to consume you with. So there was a agreement It's called the Minsk Accord. I would love it. Hey Siri, Minsk Accord.
I'm learning how to choose the right audio apps for you. Which one do you want to use to listen to this?
Hey Siri, search Minsk Accord.
Here's what I found.
Hey Siri, search the Minsk Accord.
I found this on the web.
Right. Lovely. So, according to Al Jazeera, it says here, what is the Minsk Agreement? Okay. France's Macron says the 2015 ceasefire deal between Kiev and Moscow offers a path to peace. Okay. French President Emmanuel Macron has pointed to the 2015 Minsk agreement between Kiev and Moscow as the blueprint for a breakthrough in the Ukraine crisis. Following talks with his Russian and Ukrainian counterparts, Macron says on Tuesday that the Minsk II agreement, which was aimed at ending the war in the eastern Ukraine, is the only part on which peace can be built. Okay. That's the Russian head guy. I mean, that's the French head guy. I thought Europe. Okay, let's read some more. But the deal, named after the Belarusian capital where it was settled, was never fully implemented. It came on the back of Minsk I, an earlier failed attempt at a ceasefire agreement. I wouldn't, bro. If you know how much lies was in that one statement so far. Anyway. Brokered by France and Germany, Minsk II again sought to halt the conflict that began when Russia-backed separatists seized swaths of territory following Russia's 2014 annexation of the Crimean Peninsula. Bro, this is such lies, bro. Listen. but a deal named after the Belarusian capital. This is my words coming in here. I'm adding my things to it. Where it was settled was never fully implemented. It came on the back of Minsk I, an earlier failed attempt at a ceasefire. Brokered by France and Germany, Minsk II again was never meant to be settled, because from later evidence proves that they never wanted to have peace. What they wanted was to buy time for Ukraine in order so they may prepare to fight Russia. I'm gonna break this down, bro. Watch. It says, brokered by France and Germany, Minsk II, blah 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 blah. Russian-backed oh my God, Russian-backed separatists. Russian-backed separatists. Russian-backed separatists. Oh, you mean Ukrainians that speak Russian? Yo, listen, this is comedy, bro. Comedy. But it's World War III. You know, if you studied World War One and you studied World War Two, or White War One, White War Two, whatever you want to call it, you would see a striking similarities. And you know what? The more I see this war, the more I realize why World War One and Two happened. Because I never understood why it happened. I understand. I'm starting to understand the more I look into this. But anyway, it says, but years on, there has been no full political settlement, and deadly fighting between Ukraine and rebels continues. Blah, 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 blah. Here's what you need to know. What are the Minsk agreements? Finally, we get propaganda aside. So we got the propaganda aside. Now we could go to what the hell we came here on this article for, you clowns. Listen, Minsk 1. Ukraine and Russia backed separatists agreed on the 12-point ceasefire deal in September 2014. Its provisions include prisoner exchanges, deliveries of humanitarian aid. Why do they need humanitarian aid? Huh? We'll get into that. And the withdrawal of heavy weapons. Huh? However, the agreement quickly broke down with violations by both sides. Yeah? What was happening? The Ukrainians were bombing their own citizens, brother. They banned them from speaking Russian, brother. Among a list of a whole heap of other things. That's just one or two things of what they did. I'm just letting you know, car. I don't like to mince around my shit, bruv. I let people know, bro, what these lot be doing, bruv. Minsk 2. Representatives of Russia, Ukraine, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, the OSCE, and the leaders of separatist-held regions, Donetsk and Luhansk, signed a 13-point agreement in February 2015. The leaders of France, Germany, Russia, and Ukraine gathered in Minsk to mark the occasion and issued a declaration of support. The 13-point deals were immediate, comprehensive ceasefire. 2. Withdrawal of heavy weapons by both sides. 3. OSCE monitoring. 4. Dialogue on interim self-government for Donetsk and Luhansk in accordance with Ukrainian law and acknowledgement of special status by parliament. 5. Pardon, amnesty for fighters. 6. Exchange of hostages, prisoners. 7. Humanitarian assistance. 8. Resumption of socio-economic ties, including pensions, bruv. They took their pensions away, bruv. Do you understand? Bro, come on. What number are we on? What number is this? 30. This is 9. Anyway, flip above. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. This is crazy. 9. Ukraine to restore control of state border. 10. Withdrawal of foreign armed formations, military equipment, mercenaries. 11. Constitutional reform in Ukraine, including decentralization, with specific mention of Donetsk and Luhansk. Elections in Donetsk and Luhansk. And finally, intensify trilateral contact groups, work including representatives of Russia, Ukraine, and the OSCE. So there you have it. That was Minsk 1 and Minsk 2. At the time, very reasonable request. All we wanted was peace. But I'll choose my words wisely. But the Ukrainians didn't want to agree to a ceasefire. They still bombed their citizens. They bombed their own citizens. An undemocratically elected government bombs its own citizens and calls them foreign fighters. Calls them. What's the words they call? What's the words they use? Oh, you can't make this up, mate. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, my friend. You can't make it up. Here we go. Foreign separatist fighters, bro. Like, I mean, separatist, bro. What Russian separatist fighters, bro? Come on, bro. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing here? What we doing here? Should Russia come and put bases in Ireland? Put a military base in Ireland. Help fund and overthrow the Irish government. And then place weapons and arm their fighters to fight the UK. Are you understanding the madness that has already happened before we even get into an invasion yet? We haven't even got to the invasion yet. You know, the best way to find out about yourself is to ask your enemy. We can't, or we have been withheld the ability to hear what our enemy has to say, because we live in a society where they ban you. Okay? Man, them think I'm joking. Well, Watch it. Watch it. Huh? 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 Again, when you have powerful people that are able to silence the press and force feed us their version of propaganda, is when you have to question your own flipping people, bruv. If I'm lying, let me know. If I'm flying, let me know. Bro, I don't even know how quick we are into this thing, but we're gonna get it in, bruh. Get in, bruh. So, they banned RT. They banned their news channels and whatever, what have you. So now we can't even hear what they have to say. Side note, we'll go with like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because I don't want to go from there to there and come back here and go there. Let me write it down so I remember. I might have forgot already. What am I looking at? Oh, that's it. All right. So they banned Russia today. They banned whatever they banned. They sanctioned whoever they sanctioned. As far as I've been watching, until a moment that was after the war had started, as far as I know, Putin was always ready for peace. And I find that so draining when I hear the general consensus of what people around me think in terms of the energy they put out. The way some of you sound is like you intend to survive the nuclear war that could happen. I tell you, these people are cuckoo from Cocoa Puffs, bruv. Cuckoo. Them man are cuckoo, bruv. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, bruv. Because none of us ain't surviving that, my brother. None of us. All right? So get that out of your head. You're not surviving a nuclear bomb. I know they used to show these old versions where, you know, man, them sat down and lied head first on the ground and all. Bro, you're not surviving, bruv. All right. let's gander on this shit. It says here, New START limits all Russian deployment. Limits. Not my words, their words. The State Department, mate. The State Department. Not my words, the State Department's words. The New START limits all Russian deployed intercontinental range nuclear weapons, including every Russian nuclear warhead that is loaded onto an intercontinental range ballistic missile that could reach the United States in approximately 30 minutes. Told you, bro. I'm gonna go into the. I'm gonna even watch videos yet, bro. Bruh, if it takes Russia, if it limits Russia to destroy completely the United States, 30 minutes, half an hour. That's quicker than some sex sessions. I'm letting you know. Now, if we're looking at a if we look at a world map, bruv. All right. If you look at the world map, which is what I'm looking at right now. All right. Look at this shit. If you look in this top corner here, where the mouse is, you will see that here is Russia. There's Moscow. Right, or somewhere around here. And here's the United States. Now, if it takes from here to here for supersonic intercontinental nuclear ballistic missiles, 30 minutes to get from here to here, how effing long do you think it would take them to get from here to fucking here? England! Bruh. People, they talk like they know what's going on in the world. I had someone tell me today, you ain't got no talent, bruv. I'm like, bruv, is it really, bruv? Let me show you there's no talent. Let me show you no talent. Take the talent and shove it up somewhere, brother. Look at that. Look at that, my brother. Look at that. Yeah? These men have 5,977 warheads, bruv. Look at who else is on that list. Hey, there was a time when Israel used to say they didn't have nuclear weapons. There was a time when they used to say Pakistan shouldn't have nuclear weapons. There was a time when they used to say India shouldn't have nuclear weapons. There was a time when they said China shouldn't have nuclear weapons. But nuclear weapons they have. You saw the list. Everyone's got a lot. And I'm sure that if it takes 30 minutes for Russia to destroy the United States will inevitably do everything in their power to A, stop what's coming, by shooting it down over wherever it is coming from, which may land somewhere in the middle, or to, in an attempt of revenge, return fire and release their nuclear weapons onto the world. But Amiri, why get so far into the flipping story when we have so much to get to before we even get to nuclear war? You say, what's he talking about? You know, I don't just say nothing for no reason, like, without reason and stuff. So I'm gonna be very tiptoeish about what I say. According to some corners of the world, the UK and the US is not currently at war with Russia, even though they supply weapons and have fighters in Ukraine right now as we speak. Thursday, the 11th of May, they have soldiers currently who has been paid with our tax money currently in Ukraine fighting a country we have not yet declared war with. I'm not going to talk about the hypocrisy of British citizen I'm not going to talk about British citizens I'm not going to talk about British citizens going to another country to fight in a foreign war, because I already know what our country thinks about people going not to fight in a foreign war, but to marry someone that's fighting someone in a foreign war. Look at this. ISIS bride Shamina Begum loses appeal over loss of British citizenship. I told you a lot of people ain't gonna like this, you know. But I just see hypocrisy and I just let it out, bro. Okay. So I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go to that thing there. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go to the fact that we got British citizens in a foreign land fighting a foreign fighter for a foreign country. I promise you we're not gonna go there. But if you need proof, I could show you proof. What I want to get to in this video is to talk about the attitude of Goliath when he's halfway to the floor. Every day I see videos of warmongers preaching to me how strong and how fearsome the Ukraine fighters have been fighting, bruv. Oh, they killed 12 Russians. They killed 150 Russians. They killed 200 Wagner soldiers. Every day. The counter-offensive. Oh, we're winning. We destroyed all their tanks. They're on the defense. Defense? All right. All right. All right. Boom. Yo. Look at that. Yeah? Don't talk to no source to me, bruv. Don't talk to no source to me, bruv. You see when that thing ain't red no more, then you lot can start talking, bruv. I don't know what you're playing at. You're actively out here lying to people, getting people's hopes up. Yeah, while Ukrainians are literally dying, my brother. And then you say you care about human life, bro. You call it the meat grinder. Do you hear that? People, they call it the meat grinder. Yeah? I do not make this up, bro. Go on, bro. I'm not making none of this up, bro. Like literally, almost everything that you hear today, you probably kind of heard, but in a different way. But it doesn't add up. And when something doesn't add up, it doesn't add up in my head, bruh. My spider senses tingle, blood. Pause. Tingles. Watch. Watch it. You see it? Watch. Meat grinder has very commonly been used to describe the experience of the battles around Bakhmut for Ukrainian forces and refers to massive deployments of numerous ground units, usually infantry, to capitalize on their numbers, but in the knowledge that extreme casualties far greater than the adversary can expect to happen, bro. What does that mean in layman's term, bro? What that means in layman's term is basically, bro, they know that if they send you there, it's highly likely that your ass is gonna die, bro. They call it the meat grinder of Bakhmut. Where is Bakhmut? Bakhmut is in Donbass. Remember I said remember Donbass? Remember I said Donbass? Listen. Listen, Bakhmut is currently on the east of Ukraine, west of Russia. depending who's calling it where. The Russians don't even call it Bakhmut, I'm sure. Okay, but I'm not gonna try and flipping clown myself. But anyway, let's see what he looks. So you can see the bottom part. Yeah. So these men are in a what's it called? It's the but I hope you lot read this, yeah. 'Cause I'm not gonna, it's just annoying to just. If you want, I could read it for you, but I know I'm gonna mince up a lot of words. You lot could read, bro. You lot got eyes yourself. Yeah. Listen, the reason why I say Donbass is important, because they're right now in the meat grinder. But this may be the place where World War III may take another chunk out of our generation's ability to produce memorable things. So, I think this war that we currently are seeing is the most surveilled war ever. Ever. So as much as our astute hoity-toities, the bourgeois, may try to hide the necessary information, the internet is undefeated. Only God could stop what we are doing here. So, we have come to the point where we are being surveilled so much that a vast majority of a population gets to get their popcorn out, like how I so eloquently bring mine out, for a reason that you may soon be exposed to. But not only are we the generation currently presiding over the most surveilled war, it is also the most technological war ever. And boy, oh boy, I've seen some footage, mate. I've seen some stuff. And I hope that as people, you are prepared for what might or could come very quickly to a space right near you. So, I want to take you back to a time when they used to say about drones that the purpose they made the drone was to help save lives, was to find people in earthquakes. Trying to remember when we first saw drones, and the outcry was, no, this would lead to what we are actually seeing right now. And I want you to be afraid, very afraid, if you are a person that is afraid for what's to come. Lord, if you can't take what I'm going to drop for you right now, then I don't know how you going to take what, you know? Bro, anyway, listen, just letting people know. Just letting the shit know. Just letting you know, man. But yeah, I'm going to do this. All right, because it's not on YouTube, I'm going to have to blank the screen for like 5 seconds, bro. Quickly, bro. Yeah, stay with me. Told you, man. We need to, you know, go through like madness to find these videos, man. Cause they ain't on normal channel. Yeah, man. Sorry about that. I just need to find what was no, man. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. Is this it? Oh, this might be it. No, that's not it. Where is this thing? Bro, they make it so hard to find. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? Where is it? Where is it? Where? And if you don't know why I'm doing it like this, it's because I don't want you to see how I'm getting to, you know what I'm saying, where I'm finding this madness. But I don't want it to get locked off. You know? Let me find this flipping link. Let me find this link. It's on my phone. Alright. Let's go. Boom, bang. There it is. Oh, there we go. Alright. I found it. Okay. Let me type this in. Let's go direct link for you, man. You get me? Beautiful. Okay. Lovely. Oh, did I just do that? No, man. Oh, yeah. Bro. Did I just do that? Oh, let's try this again. Okay. Now, how do I show you this without you seeing where I got this from? Okay. Bro, man, like how? All right, boom. Let me get to this. All right, here. All right. Hold on a minute. I need to take off this. But we got it though. Yeah. All right. Let me just quiet you for a second and just get into this. Like that. Like that. All right. So.
Нормально, блядь. Сейчас мы их хуяримо, блядь, и по сигаретки ебать додому.
Let's relax and watch this.
Давай.
We ain't seen it like this before.
Ближче не надо. Дистанція 7-8
So-
метрів.
I want you to know that this is
Це розтяжки
GoPro
сховаються,
footage
пацани.
of a soldier. This is not a computer game. This is real, bruv. Bro, you can't meet this up. Let me remove my face for a second.
Сектора.
Bro, this is a mad thing. Let me see if I could hold on one second. Let me see if I could do something. Hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Просувайся! Так, да, замок. На, держи.
Bro, when I say this is going on right now, this is going on right now, innit? Not literally, right, but not well, it is, but not this video. But it's the war's going on right now. They're doing this right now.
Є! Давай наперед. Що, братан? Охуєнно.
These man look happy, boy. He's all smiling and that.
Давай быстріше під'їжджай!
It's almost like they want to entice. It's like they want to entice kids to what do you call it? They want to entice kids to want to join this madness. If you get what I mean, like, am I tweaking? Like it's a computer game. Like, am I tweaking, bruv? Let me know if I'm tweaking, bruv.
Бля, надо двигаться! Двигайся! Давай вперед! Двигайся! Давай, поки нас пулемет не спалив!
Craziness. Crazy.
Швидше, швидше, швидше! Окопи, диви, там окопи.
See, walking up to the trench, bruv. Like, how much footage have they got of them dying? You know? Like, think about it. How much of them? How many soldiers do you reckon have had GoPros on and they haven't shown you because they're either dead or been captured. Wow.
Левий фланг! Левий фланг! Починайте заходити в цю посадку. Да. Пошли. Дивимося під ноги.
Bro, you literally can't make this
По
up,
одному
bro.
в лінію.
This is madness.
Давай по правому флангу.
This is a madness.
Газ! Газ! Переміщайся наліво і тянись по правому флангу посадки краю. По правому флангу, да. Давайте. Отут!
Am I tweaking?
Отут піздуй.
Bro, have you ever seen a wall like this? Maybe Iraq? But even with Iraq, it was like fragments here and there. Bruh, I'm just, this, like, I don't want to bore you, but, bruv, if this is, bro, hold on. Let me, bro, do you think this is, bro, this shit gets deep. Yeah, you want to see what, bro? I ain't got time to waste with you lot, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Watch, bro. Yeah.
Heavy battles are underway for the city of Bakhmut. In total, over the past day, the enemy made about 50 sorties and launched 6 rocket attacks, in particular on the cities of Chasiv Yar and Kherson. As a result of the shelling, private residential buildings and other civilian infrastructure were destroyed and damaged and claimed lives.
All right, let's break down this guy. Firstly, he calls the Russians the enemy. So he has already distinguished where he stands in terms of the battle that's enraging right now. The thing about this, they always say civilians, like, who is in Bakhmut right now after they've been fighting for almost a year? Gun battles, like fierce fighting, like they say. Haven't they evacuated the civilians? Wasn't that, bro, should I even go into that like whole mind game thing that they play there about civilians when there's none? Or the fact that Ukrainian and Russian soldiers are currently fighting building to building. If you're fighting building to building, buildings will get bombed and destroyed, bruv. So I don't know why they keep talking it like, you know, like, bro, that's what happens. Go and fight in the fields in the open then. It's like, bro.
The General Staff also noted that the possibility of launching missiles and airstrikes on Ukrainian territory is still quite high. Today, the armed forces of Ukraine repulsed about 50
See, where are they? They're in a house.
attacks last day, and the battle for Bakhmut and Mariinka continues. Air Force aviation over the past 24 hours carried out 7 sorties on areas where enemy military personnel and equipment were concentrated, as well as strikes on enemy anti-aircraft missile systems. Russian forces are focused on capturing Bakhmut as soon as they can before Ukraine launches its much-anticipated counteroffensive. The U.S. think tank noted Sunday that the Wagner group of mercenaries fighting for Moscow continue to take heavy losses, but may well be able to complete the seizure of Donetsk city at some point.
Let's talk about heavy losses. After I've seen videos, oh my God, there's so much like, oh my God, it just never stops, bro. Hold on. Let me go for another one. Hold on. Bro. So, bro, watch this. Um, um, I wonder if this. Well, anyway, let's take a little gander at this madness. You see what I'm saying? So when man them talk this dunce talk like, are they bleeding soldiers, bruh? Ukrainians soldiers have the Ukraine army has resorted to grabbing men off the streets, bruv. Man, I think I'm lying, bro. Bro, man has to just back up his, back up your thing, bruv. Back it up, bro. Back it up. You see it? Lovely. You go to YouTube and it's not there, bruv. The first thing that comes up is Daily Mail, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, The Sun, The Guardian. You see what I'm trying to say? You don't get the news that you're supposed to. But I'm sure if I go onto bro, where's the propaganda, man? Where's the propaganda? Where is it? Bro, you just don't. It's just like people don't see the propaganda. It's like YouTube has just come a space where they just block out. Like they think that just it's like, yo, you're not gonna, just say, do all they want to say. The Russians did this. Yeah, let me, bro. Let me find it. I don't want to leave it down to just you having to believe me and taking my word for it. hate the fact that we're living in this kind of day and age, bro, where you can't even find the information because people try to hide it. Literally hide it, bro. Like hide it. Hide it from the internet. Should I keep on? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna duplicate that page, and then I'm gonna search here. Lovely. Where is it? Bruv. Who would have this? Lovely. Oh my. Hmm. It's crazy, you know. What news I get and what news you get. You know, I know the rule is those who don't have those who make the claim have the burden of proof. But I don't want to drag this on, stuck on looking for this. Anyway, let's while I look for it, let's go on to this madness.
In the western districts of the city of Bahamut, Donetsk region, heavy battles are ongoing at short distances. Fighting on the outskirts of the city, especially near the village of Kromovy, has been a key event in the past week as Ukraine tries to maintain control of its 0506 supply route. Other supply options to Bahamut are likely to be difficult due to the paved dirt roads. In the video published by the Armed Forces of Ukraine, you can see a Russian tank being destroyed by a group of Ukrainian Marines who claim to have killed 120 enemy personnel near Bahamut. Footage on its social media channels on Saturday stated it had wiped out the tanks after successful aerial reconnaissance and artillery work had unsettled the Russian people. In the footage, a Teddy tank is seen firing to the left in an area of destroyed buildings and debris. A caption in Ukrainian said it was firing at our positions. It then moved back along the path it had traveled, before appearing to try to turn around. At that moment, he was hit from above and enveloped in a puff of smoke before continuing to move away.
Bro, let me know if we've seen war like this, bruv.
In the Luhansk region, Ukrainian paratroopers demonstrated how they destroyed Russian equipment and dozens of soldiers with well-aimed strikes. the paratroopers managed to destroy the Russian Assault M2 and the Euro truck. As reported by Ukrinform, the Air Force of the Ukrainian Armed Forces announced this on Facebook by publishing a relevant video. A mortar unit from the 25th Separate Airborne Sikoslav Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Force is in the Luhansk region, inflicted fire damage with pinpoint accuracy, the message read. To date, the Ukrainian Defense Force has eliminated about 193,770 Russian invaders, while over the past day another 560 people. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian army began to intensively transfer Western military equipment to the front. In Ukraine, there is a movement of American Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, which appear to be heading toward the front lines. On May 6, war correspondent Alexander Semenov reported and published a related video. Semenov noted the presence of a new rapid recognition symbol tactical marking on one of the armored vehicles, indicating movement in a forward direction. According to Russian military-themed source, the video shows a unit of the 47th Separate Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. It is assumed that the unit was transferred to the combat zone after the Soviet MPON was replaced with the American BMP Bradley. It is also noted that a week ago, the Ukrainian command transferred the 82nd Separate Airborne Assault Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine from the northwestern part of the country to the Cherokee Land Training Ground in the Mykolaiv region. The unit is equipped with the German Marder infantry fighting vehicle, the American Stryker armored personnel carrier, and the British Challenger 2 tank. The brigade is likely to carry out combat coordination in areas close to the line of contact. The movements observed indicate that the command of the Ukrainian Armed Forces is sending a new brigade equipped with Western armored vehicles to the front in anticipation of the expected counterattack. Against the backdrop of numerous statements by the Russian military and authorities about the start of the offensive by the Ukrainian Armed Forces, this is of particular concern. Last week, Ukrainian troops managed to cross the Dnipro River in the south of the country for the first time since the Russian invasion began, according to conflict analysts. Speculation is mounting over Ukraine's long-awaited counteroffensive aimed at pushing 100 miles south of the river at least as far as annexed Crimea. According to a report by the Institute for the Study of War ISW, Ukrainian forces have established positions near the town of Oleshki, crossed the Dnieper Delta from Kherson, and are advancing towards the nearby village of Daki.
Okay.
ISW also claims that Ukrainian troops have been holding these positions for several weeks and securing supply lines, indicating a lack of Russian control in the area. The head of the Wagner Group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, stated that the Russian troops needed to secure their positions firmly to prevent the opponent from tearing them apart. The Russian-appointed governor of Ukraine's southern Kherson region has denied reports of Ukrainian troops taking positions.
Bro, are you seeing this? Like, I could just literally, anyway.
On the east bank of the Dnipro River, insisting that the region is fully controlled by the Ukrainian military. However, he acknowledged that enemy sabotage groups could land, but insisted they would eventually be destroyed or thrown back into the water by Russian fighters.
Bro, you get to this. This guy is he's a lot of talking and there's no point to his videos. Age restricted, blocked.
Russian troops should expect surprises if the long-awaited Ukrainian counteroffensive takes place, according to a pro-Kremlin analyst. Ukrainian troops are expected to launch an offensive in the coming months, after repelling Russian attempts to capture the town of Bakhmut in the Donbass over the spring and summer, with heavy casualties reported on both sides. The Russian army spent the whole winter trying to break through the Ukrainian lines and for the most part failed. Signs of a Ukrainian counterattack were increasing as both sides stepped up their military offensives and Russian troops moved to defensive positions.
Okay, that's according to you guys. So what the Russians are saying on their side of it is that we wanted it to be a meat grinder to draw the Ukrainians in.
This week, the White House estimated that 20,000 Russian troops have been killed and another 80,000 injured since December, which has averaged about 130 or more Russian deaths each day for 5 straight months.
You see how drones are playing an important part, bruv.
A video shows fighters from the 25th Separate Sykeslav Airborne Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces destroying a Ural truck with Russian invader manpower and mortar systems in firing position. Apparently, they found a target and then adjusted their artillery fire. Near the car, we are shown 2 loopholes, one near it and the other a direct hit. One gap was shown in the mortar positions, after which the fire started. From the motto, Luhansk region is Ukraine, it is clear that Sykeslav's people fought in the Luhansk region.
I'm just saying.
Recently, a source said the number of Russian soldiers killed or injured since the start of the war stood at 193,430, according to the latest estimates from the Ukrainian military.
I'm just letting you know that these videos could get deeper and darker, bruv.
This figure rose by 660 yesterday. The update also said 6 tanks and 10 armored personnel
Could get more realistic without the, the guy talking and just you're in the moment of a guy. You feel like you're the guy, basically, watching his GoPro footage.
carriers had been destroyed, bringing the total to 3,723 and 7,248 respectively. Meanwhile, the once feared Wagner Group has been locked in months of fighting with Ukrainian troops defending the town of Bakhmut in one of the bloodiest battles since the invasion began. Prigozhin threatened to withdraw his men from the main battlefield if military equipment did not arrive. According to Ukrainian newspaper Ukrainska Pravda, Chechen warlord Ramzan Kadyrov was unhappy with Prigozhin speaking openly about supply chain issues with the Russian command. He said his own troops, known as Kadyrovites, could replace Wagner's units. The Chechen leader claims that the Russian Ministry of Defense and the General Staff have always helped and supported his unit, reports Ukrainska Pravda.
Internal politics. That's why when they tried to make Russia seem so one-dimensional, it's like so confusing to me, bro. Because it's like, don't you look? It's like, how do big people or people that's supposed to be journalists don't like dig deep into certain things, bro? Like, it's mad to me.
On the other hand, a video shows the Ukrainian armed forces destroying the Russian invaders' 152mm Mista-S artillery installation, which they placed in a firing position in a grove. His operator found a well-camouflaged enemy vehicle, determined its precise geodetic coordinates, adjusted his partner's fire from an unidentified weapon on it and recorded the results, the video showing 2 consecutive direct hits.
Just letting you lot know.
The Ukrainians, with the help of the R-18 attack unmanned aerial vehicle, large octocopter, also destroyed the Russian invaders' T-72B tank, hidden by them among the green trees in one of the forest paths.
How?
This was announced by Roma Sinit.
Did you just see that? I hope you lot just saw that.
Sin's Telegram channel wrong, publishing a related video edited in 2 parts. Early in the morning, the reconnaissance drone operator found the target. And then at night, R-18 accurately dropped 3 large anti-tank cumulative grenades on the car.
So we've gotten to the point where drones are dropping grenades on people. I thought they were just to help people. Do you see how dangerous this technology will be in the future, bruv? Are you watching where this has started? It's crazy.
Meanwhile, the Russian troops concentrated their main efforts on offensive actions in the direction of Bakhmut and Marinka. The general staff of the armed...
Do you know sometimes why this is why I'm like it's like why does everyone want war, bro? Why can't we just have peace? You can't have peace unless you understand what the other side like is trying to get. Like, you know, you have to understand the other side truly, bro. Look outside the box. Pretend you know nothing. Tell yourself you know nothing about what I'm being told. So now we're being told they have heavy losses on both sides. This is what I'm saying to you. It's called the meat grinder. The video we watched before was like the defense of Bakhmut, or I like I don't know how to. Bro. Let's get into that guy. All right. Okay. They would have you believe, according to the internet, that .75% of Bakhmut is controlled by Russia. This was on April the 10th. Now, I would question as to why this information is still up here as of today. Again, Russia retreats. Again, Russia forces in Bakhmut push back. Britain confirms supplying Ukraine with long-range missiles as Moscow fumes. Are you understanding this madness, bro? So they have time to tell you that Russia near Bakhmut retreated 2 kilometers. I wonder how many people died for that. They're playing dumb. That's what it is. Lovely. Okay. Let's see. let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. Let's go to Bakhmud. Lovely. So now, let's have a look at Bakhmud. So all of this here is Bakhmud, bro. All this here is Bakhmud. All right? And these guys have this. This is how much they have. Are you seeing this? This is Bakhmud, bruv. Like, do you see the line? The line of this is Russia. Anything on this side, that's Russia there. Anything on that side, that's Ukraine there. This area here is the fighting line, I would say. Yeah, where the fighting forces are. All right. So when you zoom into this area here, you see that there is this road that leads across here, which the Ukrainians were using, as well as this road here, to resupply the soldiers that they had in Bakhmut. Okay. Now, what has Russia done is that they have went around on this side, then went around on that side. Okay. And drew in the, we're watching at the counter-offensive. So all the yellow, yeah. Wait, hold on. What am I doing? I'm sorry. Let me start that again. So all the yellow is what Russia claims they control, basically. So the red is basically what. So how do I put this, bro? So the red is basically what Russia is Russia, right? What they definitely have. The yellow is what they claim and they have. And the blue is Ukraine, what they, what do you call it? They claim Ukrainian counteroffensive. You can see the legend on the side, right? So when I say Bakhmud, these men have this here, this little thing here of Bakhmud. Or is that water? Don't tell me that's water, bro. Nah, that's Ukraine, bro. It has to be Ukraine. That can't be water, bro. That can't be water, fam. That's water, bruv. This is what they own here. Yeah, bruv. It's not looking good, fam. It's not looking good. So this part here, they have their own. Oh, you can't even see that. All right, so they have this part here, this little thing here. Ukraine has 2 roads. They own 20 buildings in this town. One compound, 2 compound, 3, 4 counteroffensive. Right, boom, yeah. They have that part there, and they have this part here, which is not even in Bakhmut. So you could literally say the Russians fully control Bakhmut. That's theirs. The way how the news make it sound is as if Bakhmut is like still in Ukrainian hands, bruv. Like it's still in Ukraine's hands, fam. And that's the mad thing. That is literally a mad thing. Now, hold on. Yeah, I need to check this, bruv. What's going on here? We still live? We still live, yeah? Hold on. We still live. Yeah, we still live. We still live. We still live. All right, boom. So, wait, hold on. Let me check this. Let me check this. Hey, yo. Okay, yeah, now I see you now. I see you now. All right, boom. All right, so yeah, let's check this out now. Let's check this mad thing out. So, where was I? Yeah, so boom. So Russia has Bakhmut. So another Ukrainian town has been lost to the Russians, while the Russians claim the Ukrainians have started their offensive. Okay. Look. You see, look. It says Ukraine counteroffensive underway, says Wagner chief. Oh my God, this is brand new news, bro. Look, I didn't even see this. This is brand new news. Brah. Ukraine war latest. Russia threatens UK over long-range missile announcement amid escalating fears. You see what I'm trying to say? You see what I'm trying to say to you, look, bruv? This is live as we speak. The news comes up, bro, as we speak, bruv. Look at this, bruv. Yo. All right, let's unpack this article because okay, it says the UK is sending long-range missiles to Ukraine, prompting the Kremlin to warn of an adequate response. Listen to our experts decode Vladimir Putin's Victory Day speech on the daily podcast as you scroll. Russia launched 28 airstrikes today. Ukraine says blah, 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 blah. U.S. senators accused Pentagon of hindering Russian war crime investigation. Obviously, because they've done things themselves. Weapons not being smuggled out of Ukraine in high numbers, but they're still being smuggled out in somewhat. What is high? Like, what's high? We know weapons are being smuggled out. They don't talk about these stories, bro. I can't tell you how much times this come across my desk, bro, where they're talking about the weapons that we're sending to Ukraine is not even being used in Ukraine, bruh. it's being sold to line pockets, bruv. And then man up sending it to like foreign terrorist groups and governments that unsettled governments and these mad places, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, yo, read it, bruv. Oh Lord. Uh, 9 people injured in Russian shelling attack. Explain what is Ukraine's counteroffensive and how it could impact the war. Yeah, man. See? You could clearly see if you're watching. Okay. Holy.
Some say the captain eats the cold for
Holy.
breakfast because freshness is everything. It's locked in from sea to plate. And as the captain says, if you like your fish fingers as fresh and tasty as I do, then get on board the UK's most loved fish finger.
December, I informed the House that I was developing options to respond to Russia's continued aggression in a calibrated.
Wait, before we nuance this, the reason why countries don't want to give Ukrainians the flipping some of these madmen ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, is because they might actually take the missiles and bomb Russia, the land of Russia, with it. Now, if Ukraine was to take a British cruise missile and bomb Russia with it, I don't even want to think about. I don't even want to think about this. But let's get into our government. Yeah, our government, people who we elect to, you know, sort out our due diligence in terms of international relations.
And determined manner. Today I can confirm that the UK is donating Storm Shadow missiles to Ukraine. Storm Shadow is a long-range, conventional-only precision strike capability. It complements the long-range systems already gifted, including HIMARS and Harpoon missiles, as well as Ukraine's own Neptune cruise missile and longer-range missions elsewhere gifted.
Bruh.
The donation of these weapon systems
Crazy.
gives Ukraine the best chance to defend themselves against Russia's continued brutality, especially the deliberate targeting of Ukrainian civilian infrastructure, which is against international law.
Wait, hold on. At this point, I don't think anyone that watches me believes that the UK or the US have any right to be talking about international law, bruv. None whatsoever. But I digress.
Ukraine has a right to be able to defend itself against this. The use of Storm Shadow will allow Ukraine to push back Russian forces based within Ukrainian sovereign territory. I'm sure the House will understand that I'm not going into further details of the capabilities, but while these weapons will give Ukraine new capability, members should recognise that these systems are not even in the same league as the Russian AS-24 Killjoy hypersonic missile or Shahed Iranian one-way drones.
Propaganda.
Or even the Caliber cruise missile with a range of over 2,000 kilometres, roughly 7 times that of a Storm Shadow missile.
That's my point. You're sending them some dead equipment for them to get blown out of the flipping water, mate. Russia has missiles that the UK can't even stop if it tried. The UK military couldn't even stop it if it tried, bro. Literally, we are witnessing the experimentation and the entertainment of people fighting for their lives.
Russia
Literally.
must recognise that their actions alone have led to such systems being provided to Ukraine. It is my judgment as a Defence Secretary that this is a calibrated and proportionate response to Russia's escalations.
All right. So why do I play that to you? I play that to you because a few days ago, Russia had something which was called Victory Day. Okay. All right. And they celebrate it once a year. I'd like some people just don't understand why some things happen and the way they happen. So if I was to take you to the state of how let me take you to the state of Britain. I'll give you one picture that encapsulates the state of Britain before they went to war. All right. Look at this. Secret 1933 film shows Edward, who was king at the time, teaching his kids at the time, who would later grow up to be our queen at the time. Nazi salutes, mate. So when these guys talk about Nazism to me, don't talk to me about no Nazism, bruv. You lot were begging Hitler, please, come on, no. We don't have to go to war with you. Do we have to? So don't make it out now like axis of evil. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't come now like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, he says. Don't do it. He done did it. They say what information is stored in your brain. There's some Jews right now that don't even know this information existed, bro. That they declared war They declared war. They declared war. Now, that information, look at World War II in a whole different picture, bruv. But say you're shallow enough to not even see that picture. I want you to put your mind into the scenario where England is begging on its knees, like a little biatch, begging, yeah, the Germans not to we could be friends. No. While my man is grabbing Jews up and bundling them in bro, come on, listen. We want to get you into the mind frame of where these guys were at, bruv. So now, while this was happening, simultaneously, what was happening? That was happening. So the Russians were fighting. The Russians were dying. For who, bruv? For us, bruv. For us. Today. So we could live today and talk on the internet. Russians had to die. Defending us. Why do I bring this up? Bro, why do I bring this up? I'll show you why I bring this up. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You see why I bring it up, bro? You see why I bring it up, bro? Who's this? Hello. Yo, I'm live, man. Nigga, I'm live. Yes. Yeah, I'm telling my guy yours, man. But yeah. Look how much people died in this madness. 3% of Earth died, bro. They didn't even count in people no more, just percentage of people of Earth died. Of the percentage of the entire Earth. Russia was fighting Nazi Germany while Britain hadn't even entered the war yet, mate. Is this a repeat of World War? Where Russia is fighting an enemy it has identified by its closeness to its borders, has it identified a potential enemy that we don't know yet is an enemy. It is something that we need to, as historians or journalists, needs to look into at least before and take it into consideration before we make our final judgment. So now it leads me on to Victory Day. And why I say Victory Day, because Victory Day, Putin had a speech. Okay. And again, the British and American and Western propaganda media houses could not just take a day break, bro. It's like you try and type in Putin Victory Day. You say, oh, why do you want to know what Putin's thinking? Why you want to know what Putin's thinking? I want to know what Putin is thinking because whether you like it or not, in the midst of a potential world-ending catastrophe. If I'm right in saying, am I bugging, bro? Like, am I bugging that I'm mad that I'm not allowed to listen to what a foreign leader is talking about when he's talking about my country, when he has the ability to destroy my country in 10 minutes? Like, I would think I was able to just get one channel where people would just translate what the fucking man says without putting your 2 pence propaganda, penny bum cheeks clutching, hoity-toity, I got an Oxford degree in journalism, on some dead station that no one listens to or watches unless it's force-fed to us. You know, if YouTube never did this whole fake news saga where they robbed independent media and small business media houses of a fair opportunity to be journalists in the space of YouTube, which lets me know that YouTube does not care about independent media on their channel. They elevated the position of mainstream media on their channel. They put it to the front page. They let you know straight away when something happens on BBC, this, that one, Sky News, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, boom. They're all there at the front. So you get tired of even looking through videos for the kind of information you want. So you say, you know what, let me just go to one of these dead stations to get my news. They actively funnel you out of the algorithm or put you to page 5, 6, 7. Out of the reach. YouTube knows you. That's your best friend. It knows you so well now. It's your best friend now. YouTube knows on average, or let's say Google, or let's say Alphabet, knows your habits. They know how long your attention span is and how long you're willing to look for information for before they give you the information of which you're looking for. So let's just say, for example, me, I'll go for 100 pages to find what I'm looking for. They're going to put it on 101. Why is that important? Because they're part of the octopus's leg. I'm just breaking it. I'm just kidding you where, like, I'm just giving you a little head start. So you know where to be at when the final thing hits down. You know where to be at. So anyway, Gog and Magog beside, these guys have literally they've done a blunder, mate. So I had to look for about, I don't know, flipping hell, mate. I had to look for about 45 minutes before I could find a translation, like an okay, fair translation of the actual speech that he had on Victory Day. Now let's talk about this Russia thing with this one tank thing, because they brought out a tank that was made in Ukraine, and it was the only tank on display. And I think I understand why they did that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You lot have the chance to do it in the comment section. The reason why I think they didn't have such a grand display like they usually would on a victory day is not because Russia hasn't got or can't muster up a few hundred tanks if they wanted to and parade it through the red square where it's susceptible to sabotage or whatever. But that aside, I think the main reason why Russia didn't have all the planes zooming past and all the thousands and thousands of soldiers and all the tanks and everything out and everything, boom, here's what we have in our locker and everything, is because I think either the Russian people, like I would if it was England, will be pissed off that, mate, you got a war going on there and you got time to be bringing out tanks and shit and all of that extra stuff and all of them compartments and extra shells and shit. My son is over there in Ukraine fighting this, mate. You better get that equipment over there and not in here. That needs to be over there, not here. I can watch the little cadets walk around and watch the one tank. Yeah, all right, cool. I understand we have to have victory parade. But mate, don't forget we're at war right now. And I think the political establishment of Russia identified this and chose not to have a grand show, quite like the coronation of our very king. The reason why I bring up this Victory Day speech is because when you do finally find the translation of the actual speech that Putin gave, it is in vast contrast to what we're being told he said by our mainstream media, which again makes me shine a light on our media and the ability of them to give you truthful information. Now, I don't know, let me check. I don't even want to go into a whole, yeah, man, people ain't been taught to dig. Bro, listen, literally, man. All right, I've been going on for 2 hours 47. That's what I don't want to go through that whole speech. But if you want me to, I can go through the speech and show you what he actually said, as opposed to what they want you to think he said. Should I show you that? All right, it's going to take me like 2 minutes to find this. But let me show you what I mean. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so if I go to, let's see here. Let's make this quick. All right, YouTube. Like that. Bring there, YouTube. Lovely. Let's type in Putin Victory Day Parade, Victory Day speech. Let's go with speech. All right, let's go with that. Let's hear how the Telegraph puts it. Let's hear them. All right, let's hear these guys. Oh Lord. Let's go to these guys. This is ridiculous stuff, bro. Watch this ridiculous stuff, bro.
Go, former Ukrainian MP, and now,
Bro, look at
possibly
these.
briefly, although she never answers me when I
These lot got degrees in journalists, yeah?
For now, a consultant with Atticus, a strategic consultancy.
Doo-doo.
Eliona, thanks for coming. Lovely to see you again.
Doo-doo.
Thank you, good morning.
Wait, hold on.
Telegraph, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Aliona Hlivko.
Aliona Levko, whatever her name is. She is here to translate the fucking speech. That's why she's here. Your job, please, I'm hiring you to come in here because we don't know flipping Russian. I want you to translate the speech that Putin's about to give for us. Please, can you do that? Because you're Russian, or you know Russian, right?
Now, possibly briefly, although she never answers me when I talk about future political ambition. For now, a consultant with Atticus, a strategic consultancy. Aliona, thanks for coming. Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you.
No chat, no dissent at all to his rule.
Lovely. Let's see.
There's always interference in the GP.
People who
All
that up.
Brilliant.
So that's Shoigu now handing over to Putin. What does he say to him there? Oh, in fact, I'll go quiet because if you wouldn't mind doing your best to translate what he says.
So this
Let's
is just
hear
my
how fantastic he thinks the day's going.
favorite moment in time.
No, this is not. Woman.
What a
That's me.
majestic music.
Уважаемые граждане России, дорогие
But yeah, watch
ветераны,
this.
товарищи солдаты и матросы, сержанты и старшины,
So he's now addressing
мичманы и прапорщики,
citizens of Russians, naming all the military people who were there, the veterans of Second World War, which is a bit strange, and then the veterans and participants of the special military operation in Ukraine.
с праздником в честь наших отцов, дедов и прадедов, которые прославили
The celebration is dedicated to people who've immortalized the heroic nature of Russian nation and obviously saved everyone from Nazis.
вновь находятся на решающем
Are you hearing this?
переломном рубеже.
Oh, there we go. Didn't take long to move towards the Nazis of modern days.
Bro, are you... Bitch, you're here to translate. That's why I hired you. I hired you to translate, not put in your 2 pence, bro. Oh, it didn't take long. Bro, hear the condescendingness, bro. Look, hear this woman, bro. Remember I just showed you how much people died in that war, bruv? Remember, 3% of the entire world died in wars, yeah, bruv? 3%. Remember I said that, yeah? Because it was a dangerous war that everyone had to fight because of them people there. So understand something.
And of course, it is Russia who's the victim of the world waging war against it.
Для нас, для России, нет недружественных, враждебных народов ни на Западе, ни на Востоке.
Well, that's quite an interesting line. I suppose that's something that he would use. He just said that there are no unfriendly nations for Russia, be it in the West or in the East, whereas I think there's even a special law designating unfriendly nations, and the UK has made that honorary list as well, I think last year.
You see what I mean, bro? That is not... Bro, this is... Bro. Yo. Are you lot seeing what... Like, I don't know if you lot are hearing what I'm hearing, bro. But this is supposed to be a translation, bruv. Not your opinion putting in propaganda in there as well. Like, directing where my brain should be going in terms of what the speech is, bro. This is the fucking Telegraph. This is not the Sun. This is not tabloid. This is top journalists. The creme de la creme. Literally, bruv. Gosh, bro. let me show you. Like, hold on, bruv. I don't think I'm joking, bro. Like, bro, it goes on and on and on and on of just propaganda, bro. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to find the fucking speech, mate. So I could decide for myself what I think I should take from his thing, bruv. Am I bugging, bruv? Is that me bugging? Am I bugging, bro? Cause I want to have my own choice as to if I think someone is evil or not, or what. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, at least uncorrupted, like, so I could just, you know, choose for myself, bruv. Even if I do decide that at the end he is like, you know, evil or whatever, but at least, bro, at least, I would have made that decision by myself. See it? So anyway, bro, if you lot want, you could literally go and find like hundreds, bro, if not, bro, hundreds of like attempts to anyway, bro. All right, let's
10 a.m. in Moscow. Let's go. The parade begins now.
all right, shout out to the Russian dude. Shout out to the Russian dude. So in this, he made an attempt to at least kind of tell you what Putin is saying, but again, he has to add his own 2 pence in there.
Okay.
So let's go and say what Putin actually says.
So this is the military unit, the most
Or some, almost what Putin. Because I've watched another one where he's talking about a whole different thing. That if you didn't know what I know, then you would sound mad.
Oh, President of Kazakhstan, Kasim Jakayev. Oh, no.
Let's go straight to the speech, man. Let's get this out of the way, man.
Thank you, Prito, asking Gucci Puch. Victory Day.
Alright.
Thank you, Australian dollars. Thank you, Albert,
Okay.
for $5. Thank you, Mark Raven, for £20. Okay, speech of Putin.
Can you not see him?
Dear people of Russia, dear veterans, dear soldiers, dear officers, comrades, generals, admirals, fighters, soldiers of the special military operation. Congratulations with the holiday. Congratulations with the Victory Day.
You see what I mean? It's more, this is what he's saying, as opposed to commentary. Understand how your brain is swayed or propagandized by mainstream media. This is how they do it. They know you don't speak flipping Russian, bruv. They know this. They know you don't speak flipping Russian. So you're not going to know to translate it yourself. So I could just tell you anything, what he's saying, and then you're going to have to sit down and believe it because you don't know Russian. But this so far is like from a Ukraine and NATO side is a Russian who doesn't agree with Russia. So at least you would have a little more like a less, you know, less propaganda from it. But he still put his propaganda in there, but it'll be less because he's Russian. So at least you could be able to get a sense of a realistic side of what he might feel like, or people around him, or people that think like him think. Okay?
Holiday for our grandfathers and great-grandparents. Those who made their names immortal by defending the motherland. By sacrificing their lives, they saved the humanity from total destruction. And this time again there is an actual war against our motherland. We will protect Crimea, we will protect Donbass, we will protect our safety.
Remember what I keep saying to you, Donbass, bro. Remember what I keep saying to you, bro. They slip it in, bro. Listen to what, bro. I will protect Donbass. You hear what he's saying? Rewind that. He's not a madman. It's not a madman. In fact, I think he's quite moderate in terms of where the Russian people want the direction of this war. They're thinking in their head, wait, hold on a flipping minute, bro. Why are we going easy on these guys still, bruv? They're flipping bombing our Kremlin and we're going easy, bro. Going too easy on them right now, bruh. Putin, you're ignoring the US and the UK too much now, bruh. We just need to go to war with them now, bro. Remember I was talking about unreasonable people on both sides, bro? You got people in Russia that want this to go further than what it's going, bro. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place, bro. Either allow the NATO to put weapons in Ukraine and make them join NATO and they're right on the Russians' doorstep and forget about and ethnic cleansing the people of Donbass. Either that and deal with the people from that angle, or go to war and deal with the people from the other angle. You're understanding the madness, bruv. But let's get back to this speech, bruv. Fair use, fair use.
We will protect Crimea, we will protect Donbass, we will protect our safety. Russia does not have unfriendly countries neither in the east nor in the west.
You see? Do you remember when I was showing you the Telegraph one? She bypassed all of this little bit of information here, bro. She bypassed the context of it. He's saying, bruv, listen, my job is to protect the Russian people. That's my job. That's what I was hired to do, right? And I'm going to do that because that's my first duty. But we don't have like enemies. You're not our enemy, bro. Stop think of it as you are our enemies, bro. We just have something to do here. These men, they've overthrown a government and they're the most corrupted country in Europe, yeah, where clearly Nazism is on the rise and have entered and made a way into the political sphere. We need to tackle this issue now. They did not want to go along with the minks. Information has come out. We're not even going to get into the US leaks because I don't even need to get into that, bro. Like that's another hour. This rabbit hole goes so deep, bro. It goes literally so deep. But what was that? Yeah, we have no enemies. So do you understand the context now? This woman's like, she says that Russia has no enemies. Like, what does it mean? Like, UK is on the unfriendly list. Bro, he's basically saying, why do we have to be enemies, bro? Why are you not doing what you're doing? We're going to defend ourselves. Whether you like it or not, we're going to defend ourselves. So you might not think we're defending ourselves, and you might think the Ukrainians are defending ourselves. But again, I'd like to bring you to a state of consciousness where we believe, like I said at the start, when we have a war, we have a war where both sides have a valid reason for fighting. Otherwise, they wouldn't fight, bruh. So we as diligent people are supposed to, when we see two people fighting, we don't just go there and pick sides and because it looks like whatever we think it looks like. No, you gotta separate and be like, yo, what happened? Wait, hold on. First, quiet. Let me hear his side. All right, okay. All right. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna make judgment. Quiet now. Let me hear your side. Okay. No, don't talk while let him say his side. Okay, all right. That's how you conflict manage. That's how you work it out. That's how you work it out. So by the time you're telling me don't listen to what him say, you're mad, bruv. You're mental. I done showed you that the man have more bombs than us, bruv. Nuclear bombs, bruv. So I'm gonna be diligent and watch what he's saying. And I know you lot don't. When I say you lot, I mean I know the 0.5% don't want us to be doing this. Sitting down, educating ourselves, and finding out stuff that isn't just passing us by. And be like, when you sit down and you just read the headline of the newspaper, and they propagandize your head by just making something sensationalized, and in when you read into the article itself, you realize, that's not what you tried to imply or you tried to make me think. They used to say I wonder if Google has it. Okay. All right. So again, YouTube and its propagandization, and Google and its propagandization. So what I typed in here in Google, the best place to hide something from black people. And instead of them saying the quote of what the quote is, they want to give you a woke quote of, this is why I can't support the quote of the quote which you're talking about. It's like, bro, just give me the fucking quote that I asked for. So the quote is, the best way to hide something from black people is to put it in a book. That's what they said. That's what they said. As mad as that is. Yeah, let's get into this thing quickly.
Мы хотим видеть будущее мирным, свободным и стабильным.
We want to see bright and safe future.
Идеология превосходства по своей природе отвратительна.
The ideology of superiority is terrible.
Однако западные глобалистские элиты по-прежнему твердят о своей исключительности.
But the West keeps saying that they are the best ones in the world.
Провоцируют кровавые конфликты и перевороты.
They provoke bloody massacres and wars.
Western exceptionalism. Obviously, we know this.
Агрессивный национализм.
Aggressive Nazis.
И семейные, традиционные ценности, которые делают человека
человеком.
They destroy the human and family values.
И дальше диктовать, навязывать народам свою волю, свои права,
they dictate their own rules to the other people.
Насилия и подавления.
He's talking about the West right now.
Они забыли, к чему привели безумные притязания нацистов на мировое господство.
The West forgot what Nazis did in the 1940s.
Чудовищное, тотальное зло. Кто встал
Nazis
стеной
are
за
total
родную
evil.
землю и не пожалел своих жизней ради освобождения народов Европы.
And it was Russia who
Мы
defended the
видим,
world
как в ряде
from the
стран
evil of
безжалостно
Nazism.
и хладнокровно разрушают мемориалы советским воинам.
And right now Nazis
Сносят
are back in
памятники
Europe,
великим
destroying the
полководцам.
memorials and monuments of the
Создают
Soviet soldiers
настоящий культ
liberators.
нацистов и их пособников. А память о подлинных героях.
Doesn't sound like a madman to me, bruv.
Пытаются стереть и
Try another ad hominem. You know, I think madman is a bit insulting. It's like you insulting my intelligence when you call him a madman. It makes me think you got something to hide when you call him a madman, because you shouldn't listen to madman. Now, I wouldn't say who they always claim to be mad when he was mad. He was a madman back in history. Yeah, they claim he's a madman. Thank God there's people that listened to that madman, so-called madman, sorry, and are better off in life because of it. But this madman here that they're talking about, let's hear what he has to say since he's mad.
And the memory of true heroes is to be erased by the West.
By the way, have you lot actually heard Joe Biden flipping speak, bruv? Have you heard him speak lately?
And whatever they're doing right now is a crime. Especially those people in the West who are preparing this crusade against Russia. And their main goal is to destroy Russia and separate it and break it into parts.
Obviously, we can't have more than one superpower. What the hell? How else are we going to control the world? And invade Syria when we want, or invade Venezuela when we want, or invade Cuba when we want, or invade Iraq when we want, or invade Somalia when we want, or invade Kenya when we want, or invade Uganda when we want, or invade China when we want, invade India when we want, invade Iran when we want. Invade Libya when we want. Invade El Salvador when we want. Invade Colombia when we want. Bro. Invade Chile when we want. Invade Nicaragua when we want. Bro, and just invade. Bow to our whim, or you are invaded, is the policy, the democratic policy of the West. I don't need a Putin to tell me that, bruv. I don't need a Gaddafi for that. I don't need a Saddam Hussein for that. I could have told you that, bruv. Just how they treat their own citizens, bro. Do you understand that the same people that took people from one homeland on a ship and used their free labor to increase their wealth to the point where they had the biggest navy so they could conquer that place where they took the people from and steal their resources and land and history, are the ones about now telling you that a few years later they are God's gift to humanity and they should be the arbitrators of who's right and wrong and who's democratic and who's not democratic, while invading democratically elected countries and leaving dictatorships to thrive in some instances. Bro, you lot have no leg to stand on ever around me, bruv. But anyway, let's go. I don't even want to insult, bro. It's not like... Let's hear this.
They also want to completely destroy the security of the world. They have the ambitions for the total world domination. And this is the main reason why Ukrainian people are suffering.
Don't sound too mad to me. Sounds like he has a reason there. Sounds like he gave a reason there. Sounds like he gave a reason there. Not just... He's doing it blindly. Why? I've seen some of these. I've seen these videos with my own eyes, and I'm like, you're a news reporter. Your job is to fucking tell us the news, bruv.
And that is why they employed their own Western leaders, infiltrated them into Ukrainian government. But it is our holy, sacred call to protect the motherland. We should always remember those who are fighting for our freedom. Should always remember those who protected us and other countries, including China. And this is our immortal inheritance, heritage. And as we speak right now, the Nazi movement in Europe and in the West is only gaining more power.
I'm just letting you know, bro. I don't need Putin to tell me that. I'm going to do a whole thing on Nazism, bruv. Watch, I'm going to do a whole live on Nazism soon. Bro, that's why when people say, like, bro, yo, who do you, like, what, bro, I'm not to be played with, bruv. In terms of, like, what I'm trying to do here on this space. But I mean, if you ain't never seen me before, you know what I'm saying, hit that subscribe button. You know? Show me that love. I want to do something special, side note, for 1,000 subscribers. But yeah.
And we, Russians, we are the ones who want to protect the world and let everyone decide how they want to develop their countries.
Вижу в этом благодарное отношение к подвигу наших предков. Они вместе сражались.
And whenever I hear people in Ukraine saying thank you for liberating us, I immediately put the analogy between right now and the Second World War. We will always remember this.
Склоняем головы перед светлой памятью всех, чью жизнь отняла война. Перед памятью сыновей, дочерей,
we will always remember those who sacrificed their lives for the sake of freedom and peace.
Мужей, жен,
brothers, sisters, husbands, wives,
родных,
families, relatives, friends.
Объявляется минута молчания.
And now is the 1 minute of silence for those people who lost their lives protecting the freedom. And not just the ones in the Second World War, but also the ones, according to him, the ones who lost it during the special military operation.
What do you mean according to him?
So basically, yeah, he puts the analogy that right now, Second World War, and did you see Slavyev, the main propagandist of Russia, was there. So pretty much, yeah, everything as expected as for now. Thank you so much, 7,000 for joy.
You see, like, he adds his little views in there, but it's not, you know, it's not overbearing, bro. He's not hired by the fucking Telegraph to tell you this. This is just an average Russian guy who supports the Ukraine in the war. Just an average guy. doing more journalism than the Telegraph, bro. Bro, like, this is why it's imperative, bruv. But anyway.
Joining. This is basically right now the minute of silence. And after this, it will be the second part of Putin's speech. And after this, it will be the parade itself. Approximately all of them are destroyed in Ukraine or are used in Ukraine. Obviously, children, to show that even children support the war, which is like ridiculous.
Ukraine does that. The BBC does that. CNN does that. Americans do that. Trust me. Oh, trust me. I hate it as well. Bring out the little flipping kids to wars and, are you supporting the soldiers that's driving past? And like the kid knows the story of why they're there. Or why are you trying to stop them from being there?
Спасибо. Уважаемые граждане России, битвы, решающие для судеб нашей Родины, всегда становились отечественными, народными и священными.
All the fights which we used to celebrate are now became sacred.
И ясно понимаем, что значит быть достойными высоты их ратных, трудовых и нравственных свершений.
We clearly understand what does it mean to sacrifice our lives for the greater good.
Кто сражается на передовой, кто под огнем обеспечивает фронт, спасает раненых. Нет сейчас важнее дела, чем ваша боевая работа.
It is the most important thing right now happening in Ukraine. Those people protecting the front lines, they protect our motherland. They protect our future, they protect our people. You're fulfilling your duty with honor. Your family, friends, children, everyone is behind you. Everyone supports you. No, I don't support them.
But he's not hired by Telegraph, so I don't, it's not really hitting as the same as when I hear it from the Daily Mail or somewhere from there or CNN. He's entitled to, because he sits down and watches you guys. So why would he not think the way that you want him to think?
You feel the enormous love. The entire Russia supports you. I don't. Everyone is praying for you. I don't.
If he doesn't, I will. If he doesn't, I will. I pray for the Russians. I also pray for the Ukrainians. I pray for peace, bruv. True peace. Let's watch the rest of this.
Друзья, дорогие ветераны, сегодня в каждой нашей семье чествуют участников Великой Отечественной войны.
Dear friends, everyone right now is cherishing the members of the special military operation. I don't.
He sounds like them. You know them guys that in England, they're like, oh yeah, the police, the police. And then you think, but if there was none, you'd want them here. It's very comfortable. Like, some women, they talk about, oh yeah, we don't need men. But it's like, bro, whether you like them or not, they're fighting on behalf of you, whether you know it or not. Ukrainians think they're fighting for you, whether you think so or not. see, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong in these wars, bro, and fog of wars, bro. Because either way, the victor, whether he's right or wrong, gets to tell you the story, and you believe him that he's right because he's the victor. You know? It's like, you're not going to respect the British Army until there's a foreign army like endangering the land where your mum resides and where your kids reside and that. Bruh. I'm letting people know now that if someone was dumb enough, if a country was dumb enough or smart enough, could be, to invade England, bro, forget about YouTube and lives and all of that. I'm getting my big thing and I'm fighting. You get me? You ain't coming there and putting harm to people, my friends and family and people and my neighbors and that. And no, bro. I'm back the thing, bruv. I'm in Northern Ireland tomorrow, bruv. If they did it I'm in Northern Ireland tomorrow. With a big thing. Yeah. So that's why I understand both sides, bruv. And then two of your friends are fighting, you're like, bro, I beg you lot, stop, man. Please, man. I get it. I get why you're mad, bro. And I get why you're mad, bro, but it takes two to tango, and like, bro, you could agree to disagree, bruv, and we could live together in peace, bruv. It's achievable. They're going to look back at this generation and think, you lot had the chance to stop this, bruv.
На земле, которая помнит дружинников Юрия Долгорукова и Дмитрия Донского,
We're standing on the red square,
Минина
which
и
remembers the
Пожарского,
heroes of the past,
воинов Петра Великого и Кутузова, парады 1941
How long
и
is this going for?
1945
which also hosted the actual victory
Сегодня
parades
здесь
back in
участники
1945.
специальной военной операции. Это кадровые военнослужащие
And right
и
now
те,
we
кто
do
по
have
полной
the
ряды
members of the
вооруженных
special
сил
military
в ходе
operation
частичной
participating in this
мобилизации.
parade as well.
Это бойцы луганских и донецких корпусов, многих добровольческих боевых соединений, сотрудники Росгвардии, МВД, ФСБ, МЧС, других специальных служб и ведомств.
These are the soldiers from Lugansk,
Приветствую вас,
Donetsk,
друзья.
Kherson, Crimea, everyone, national
Приветствую
police.
всех, кто сражается за Россию на ратном поле,
I welcome
кто
everyone
сейчас
who is
находится
fighting for
на
Russia,
боевом посту.
everyone who
В
is
годы
in the front
Великой
lines.
Отечественной войны наши героические предки доказали, что нет ничего крепче, мощнее и надежнее нашего единства.
In the past,
Нет в мире
our
ничего
ancestors
сильнее
proved that there is
нашей
nothing
любви
stronger
к
than the
родине.
unity of our people.
За
Yeah, pushing it, Putin.
Россию, за наши доблестные вооруженные
For
силы,
Russia,
Don't know about that, mate. Don't know about that.
за победу.
for army, for victory.
Ура!
Hurrah! So yeah,
All right, so that's the speech. Nothing like what these guys were saying, bro. Nothing like it, mate. Just hit jobs and hit jobs, bro. But yeah. Do you know what? In your heads, I want you to think of this live as a kind of part one, bro. Because there is so much I need to unpack, bro. Listen, Goliath is a beast, bruv. And I'm only David. You know? I'm only David, bro. I'm only David, bro. But I hope that this video was a slight introduction. Because when I unpack stuff, I don't want people to be like, what are you talking about? like, bro, don't you know? I went through it. I explained it already. For those that observe due diligence and have time to listen to information which will be beneficial to them. Yeah, man. Shout out to Yasser, Shady, Glenn, Baby Laduke, Burn 315, Atheist, and Larac Bookrat. Shouts out to you lot, man. Shouts out to you lot, my Zamundites and that. Trust me, much love and respect. Shouts out to everyone that also took a little stop by and just to show their support and that. You know what I mean? Did I even talk about this? Yeah, they talk about that. How long has this been going on for? I don't know if I got time to talk about that. Now 3:30, no way. 3:30 for 3 hours and 30 minutes. No way. What I do have time to talk about though is not into too much detail, but just to so I don't think I'm missing like something that may be a basic that I might need to come back to later, and if you know what I mean, like, and be like, yo, I told you about this. Do I have time? All right. So I know I'll do. I'll leave it as a warning, and maybe this will be like adequate enough. So I want you to be very wary of the information that is given to you by your government. As we were shown in the leaks, there is information to which to our oppressors may seem like useless information, or information that is top secret that should not be in the public space. But as leaks have shown, it's absolutely imperative that we know the information to which you are judging the advancement to World War III on. We don't want to be on the sideline of the beginning of the end. We want to be martyred for trying to stop the inevitable. The attack on the Nord Stream was done by us, allegedly, but was attributed to Russia by our mainstream media and by our political leaders. Countries who were tasked with investigating it went silent, and it was a terrorist act done against the people of Europe and the citizens of Europe and elsewhere. And to claim that Russia was responsible for their own destruction is more than laughable. just like the terrorist actions committed by Ukraine on, for example, the Kherson Bridge. Or, most notably, the attack on the Kremlin building and the offices of the head of the Russian government and head of Russian country. A drone exploded at the top of it in a somewhat, they say, is a attempted assassination on a political leader of our adversaries. And again, it was blamed on Russia. It's a dangerous game we're playing here. That's all I'm going to talk on that subject. But I'll say it's a dangerous game we're playing, bruv. Dangerous game. I hope whoever's doing this or is responsible for this is held responsible when we all die, and B, is responsible for it now while we're all alive. And a thorough investigation should be done on it with the same vigor and enthusiasm we have for other dumb things that waste our time, bro. I can name them, but just why bother? But that's what I'm going to talk about in terms of that terrorist thing and how there's another hypocrisy in that in itself. And the war on terror. Imagine, anyway. We'll get into that. I want to know if there's anything else I'm missing. Did I say? Did I say that? Listen, subscribe to the channel. I'm going for 1,000 subscribers by let me see when. Let me set a good goal. By the end of the month, I want to have the adequate subscribers for partnership with these guys. I am almost on my way there, people. Almost. Yeah. I'm about 100 away from the first requirement. And I'm about one good video away from the second requirement. I mean, to me, they're all alright videos, but you know, I'm learning my tools of the trade, man. I'm sharpening my knives, man. So I'm not in a rush, really. I don't care really about how much people so far. I just want to make sure that, like, I have a direction to what I'm saying, and have a flow and a whole feel to the vibe of what I'm trying to bring. I hope people understand what I'm trying to do. I'll get better at it, obviously, the more I do it. Yeah, as I was gonna say, as I reach my my goal, I have a video planned. I haven't filmed it yet, but I have a video planned for what I want to do. And I think with that video being made, you might have fun understanding another side to me. But it's all in good faith, and hopefully it takes me to even higher heights. Now let me close this, close that, and close that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do. You know, I'm trying to make it all nice and official for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, hey, bro, like, if certain men are doing this, like, within their first, like, 4 or 5 lives, yeah, then, bruh, imagine when you get to, like, certain levels, bro. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, bro, imagine if I'm doing this now. Imagine later on, bruv. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's that time though. I'm always like sad to leave. 'Cause I wish I could stay online forever, you know? I feel like I was born for this. So subscribe. You know? I give you my name, I give you whatever. Give you intimate sides of myself, the way how I think, the way how I try to analyze everything. I like to give people a fair shot of the axe, a fair whip of the axe. I mean, fair strike of the whip. You know? So subscribe. I'm like 100 and something subscribers away. I can't believe it. I'm so thankful. Like, you dream of moments like this in terms of where you see yourself outside of your body as the destination towards your goals come closer, and as the blur from the distractions around you get blurrier and blurrier, the faster you get, the closer you get to your goals, the closer, the more fog that passes. It's a blur. You have no time to stop and think. I'm so thankful for life. I'm thankful for my creator taking time to create an environment for me to gain understanding. And as a proponent of David, as he went up against the beast, he knew once he had God on his side that anything was possible. That anything could be conquered. This is my 4th, 5th, 6th. Bro, I could count the amount of lives I've done on my channel on my hands. subscribe. You must be cuckoo for Cocoa Pops if you think I'm going to remain at the same level I'm at as you currently see me. I will improve. My profile will increase over time. It will. Only the creator knows the future. Only the Father knows the last hour. And so I leave you at the end of another chapter of the Fresh Prince of Zamunda. It's your boy Amiri, and I'm out. Hey yo. Hey yo. Yeah.
Acadian. What is your profession? Sculptor, sir. You? Blacksmith. Spartans! What is your profession? See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did. And you, Acadian, what is your profession? Sculptor, sir. You, blacksmith. Spartans! What is your profession? See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Napoleon lay at Boulogne for a year with his flat-bottomed boats and his grand army, he was told by someone, there are bitter weeds in England. There are certainly a great many more of them since the British Expeditionary Force returned. Sir, I have myself full confidence that if all do their duty, if nothing is neglected, and if the best arrangements are made, as they are being made, we shall prove ourselves once more able to defend our island home, to ride out the storm of war, and to outlive the menace of tyranny, if necessary for years, if necessary alone. At any rate, that is what we are going to try to do. That is the resolve of His Majesty's government, every man of them. That is the will of Parliament and the nation. The British Empire and the French Republic, linked together in their cause and in their need, will defend to the death their native soil, aiding each other like good comrades to the utmost of their strength. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. And if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or a large part of it was subjugated and starving, then our empire beyond the seas, armed and guarded by the British fleet, would carry on the struggle until, in God's good time, the new world, with all its power and might, steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of the old.